Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mouse Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you doing today?
Ooh, I'm good. I'm good now. How are you?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
All right. So let's what's on the agenda today?
Well, I thought we would talk about some pre-ride shows. So those would be the shows that play before the ride. It doesn't necessarily mean an animatronic talking to you before you go on a ride. Mostly the videos or the pre-ride shows. You know what? Sky's the limit. We can get into all of it.
You know what? Sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit.
So I have to start off. by saying some of my personal favorites.
Okay.
Let me hit you with this
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat. Soren.
Okay. Soren. Patrick Warburton.
Hilarious. So,
Nice job, pal.
That's good for
that's
you.
the one.
Good for you. You know what?
It's so good.
Okay. So not only is his because everyone who knows him knows him as the comedic. He was voiced some animated characters in Family Guy and whatnot, and then he did did a lot of work with Seth MacFarlane actually with Ted, and then
Kronk and
it was
Emperor's
Kronk
New
and
Groove.
Emperor's New Groove. So some of you might know him from there if you're not familiar, or even if you're only familiar with the voice but you can't place the face.
Mm-hmm.
So he was he's the face of the what would you call it?
He's such a gifted voice over artist. He's a character actor and he's got just a fantastic voice for any kind of goofy but like overly serious buffoonish character. He's perfect.
I think you're really hitting the nail on the head with the
Yeah.
overly serious.
Overly serious. And he's really honestly perfect in Soren, where he gives a kind of a pre-flight briefing where he's like, all right, if heights make you nervous, you may want to sit this one out. Or, when he's telling you what to... I mean, he's just like... He's pleasant, but he's just got a perfect voice. I really don't know how else to say it.
Now, there's no way, and I'm not just speaking in the sense of the Soren, but in all of the pre-shows we're going to talk about, there's no way that these actors don't think that this is hilarious too.
Oh,
Right?
there's no question.
There's no
In
way.
fact, I think that it's a thing. I think that people realize it because have you seen? Well, I know you've seen it. Flights of Passage, the new pre-ride video there. The guy is very he's supposed to be a scientist, so he's not supposed to be like an expert at talking into a camera or being a person who gives briefings to the people. So he's very fly. He's very awkward, but it's like hilarious. And I just think that that's a thing, and people know it. The actors know it, so it's really fun.
Can I tell a quick Flight of Passage story?
Please?
The first time I went on Flight of Passage, I was with you actually, and we were lucky enough to get fast passes onto Flight of Passage, and I thought it would be very funny if during the pre-show, so you stand on your number, you're watching your screen, you're watching the pre-show. Now, in my head, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if this was the ride and like people were now this line easily a 3 hour wait easily.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny if I because in my head I was like, imagine if this was the ride. I thought it'd be funny if I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't wait 3 hours for this. Now, to others, that would be a not ideal thing to say. But when I see my chance, oh boy, do I take it.
Yeah.
And I said it.
You said it.
And the woman in front of me, if looks could kill.
Huh?
Looks
Why do you?
good.
Why was she upset at you? Because you said.
I bet she had to wait in that 3-hour
Oh,
line.
do you think she thought that? Oh, because we had a fast pass.
Oh yeah.
That's so terrible.
So if you're watching, not intentional,
you know,
you
yeah.
misunderstood. You misunderstood.
The very first time I went on the ride, we got the fast passes, and I remember it was like, I don't remember how long the wait was. I remember at the beginning of its opening, it was like a 6-hour wait. It was crazy. So we're going in the fast pass lane, and we just felt so good. Like it's one of those things you just don't make eye contact with the people in the line.
yeah. But let me tell you, if looks could kill, that girl. You know what? I hope you enjoyed the ride. I hope it was your favorite ride. I
hope so, and I hope you had a good day after.
I hope you had an okay day because you still shot me that dirty look. So
but
you know what?
You made the comment.
You know what? Yeah. I hope you couldn't I hope you had a great day, but I hope it rained and you didn't have your umbrella ready. So
don't rain and you didn't have your samurai umbrella ready from the. But speaking of the Avatar, the Flight of Passage pre-show, the area after the guy talks to you the first time, and then it's like, okay, everybody stand on your number, and we're gonna sync you to your avatar, and then you all stand, and you're like, be really still, and then like nothing happened. Like some of them sync, but some of them don't, and then like, we're still waiting for them all to sync, and it like takes a while. And I've been in there where it's like. It goes for a long time, and then all of a sudden they like redo it. They're like, okay, everybody stand on the thing, and we're gonna. And I think what I think that is just the way it's all part of the line. It's the line for the ride. So if the ride is going slow, or if there's somebody having trouble getting off, or somebody got sick on the ride, I think things happen to slow it down. But it's just really funny to be a part of that and be like, what? Why are we not syncing? Is there something wrong with me? Like,
now. I don't love Flight of Passage.
No,
I don't. Now here's this. I'm just real quick. I'm not an Avatar fan. In fact, when I saw it in theater, I was with you. It's one of the few movies, and I don't fall asleep during movies. Yeah. It's one of the very few movies I fell asleep during.
Note this episode. He will turn one day. One day he will be a fan of Avatar. I'm convinced. No. I just yeah.
Can I? I'll even take it one step further. I don't like anything James Cameron. How do you unshout out James Cameron?
True. How do you unshout? Well, definitely not by bringing his name up. That's true. You don't like anything James Cameron.
Nope.
You don't like Titanic.
No, it was a travesty. And
Go ahead.
Every time I watched it, I swear I'm not making this up. Now. People think I say this, people think, oh, yeah, funny, Andrew. No, I'm not making this up. Every single time I watch Titanic, I end up getting violently sick afterwards, like the stomach bug, you know?
Here's what I think. I think it's a coincidence that you got a stomach bug a couple of times when you watched Titanic, and I think you were overly tired when you went to see Avatar in the theater, and you fell asleep. That's what I think.
I disagree.
That's fine. Just note the episode. It's episode 3, and he'll turn. He'll turn one day.
Sure.
Did you watch the trailer for the new one? Avatar: The Way of the Water.
No,
Way of Water.
Not interested. In fact, I can't wait for it to not do as well as the first one. I can't wait for people like you.
I don't think it will do. I don't think it will do as well as the first one.
I can't wait until it doesn't do as well as. Was a bad movie.
I don't think this is a bad movie, but Split, back when Split came out, Andrew said that it would sweep at the Oscars, and I don't even think it got nominated for anything.
So that was, here's the thing. M. Night Shyamalan. I am sick and tired of M. Night Shyamalan too, and not to stray too far off topic, but I'm sick and tired of the like one good film for every 4 bad films. So, but Split, I like Split
it's
a lot.
One good
James
film
McAvoy,
for every...
James McAvoy.
Oh, he did great. I like Split. I like that movie. I just,
Well, there we go.
Yeah, you see.
So,
So neither here nor there. You got to admit, yeah, Flight of Passage being so similar to the Soarin'.
Wait, I had more to say.
Oh, go ahead, please.
So I don't love Flight of Passage. I will do it. I think I'll do it every time I'm in Disney World. I think. So far I have.
Okay.
But let me also say this, my eyes are sensitive.
Is it the 3D glasses?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So like Philhar Magic?
No. But like Star Tours.
So like a simulation experience with 3D glasses gets you.
Yep. Most things on my head are sensitive. My ears are sensitive to water. So is my nose. And then my eyes are sensitive too.
Okay.
Soft teeth.
So was that your more to say? Is that what you had?
No, I'm done now.
Okay. Regardless of that, and regardless of your sensitive eyes, sensitive everything, Flight of Passage is very much like Soarin'. Even the ride structure is very much like Soarin', where you are in front of a giant screen and you are simulating. Now, the only difference is you're not wearing 3D glasses in Soarin'. Is that the big difference? Like
Nope.
if Flight of Passage did not have glasses, you still wouldn't like it?
Nope. It's different.
Are you being stubborn because you don't like James Cameron?
No. Well, no. It's different because you're leaning in a bike. You're leaning like forward basically in this simulation. Soarin', you're kicked back, you're seeing flip-flops above you, and it's lots of fun, and
I feel you. I think the ride vehicle in Flight of Passage is extremely innovative, and while not as comfortable, it's not supposed to be. You're supposed to be riding on a Banshee, and I appreciate if you don't prefer that. I appreciate it.
My thing about comfort is I try to be 100% like comfortable percentage-wise, 100% at all times.
Okay.
Right
Well,
now, I'm idling at like 75.
now?
Not great.
I mean, you don't look that comfortable.
I'm not.
I'm like, okay, so let me ask you a question regarding Soarin' now.
Yeah.
Now, did you ride Soarin' over California, or did you just ride Soarin' around the world?
I did California too.
California? Which one do you like better?
World. I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Are you nostalgic? Are you California?
I wouldn't call myself nostalgic. The fact that they kept the main theme, even though they reworked it a little bit, is all I needed. Like, I was all about them refilming it, and I was all about, the higher quality video. I was all about it, and I like Soarin' around the world. The only problem is where you sit. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because like if you're one, you can either be not centered, or you see feet above you, or you mean like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, I don't mind seeing feet above me. I think the best area to be is middle. And a lot of people will say middle top, but I say nay, because you can see the top of the screen. It takes you out of it. That's in my opinion. Middle, you get all screen, and seeing feet above you, that's like, okay, hey, we're all in this vehicle going on this flight together, There's people above me, but we're all here. That's how I feel. If you start straying to the sides, the video gets a little loopy. Like the Eiffel Tower and stuff, it gets like all like bendy, and you can't see things for what they're meant to be. I think the curve big screen plays to its detriment in Soarin' around the world, and I find that it's a shame. So I like Soarin' over California better.
So you're saying that, so essentially, if you got rid of things like the Eiffel Tower that California didn't have, so you don't like, okay, let me rephrase it like this. You don't like California because it's better. You like California because the visuals are not obstructed.
You get taken out of the experience when you're reminded that you're looking at a video. So when I'm seeing the Taj Mahal or the Eiffel Tower or even a mountain from the side, and it bends because the video is on a curve, it takes me out of it.
Okay.
So by default, I don't recall that from Soarin' Over California at all. So I prefer Soarin' Over California.
So can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Let's say we're not on Soarin'. Let's say we're sitting here right now. Let's say I pop on the TV right now.
Yeah.
And I show you the video for California, and
Okay.
then we watch the world video. Which video are you liking better?
The world.
There we go.
That's why I say, whenever I ride Soarin' around the world, I like middle, and I'm just happy. That is all.
Okay.
Let's stay in Epcot here.
Okay.
Let's stay in Epcot, and I need to give this man his due. All right? He's no longer the lead of this video, but it's
Yes.
one of my most beloved. Gary Sinise. Do you say Gary Sinise or Gary Sinise?
You know, I think my whole life I've said Sinise.
I've said Sinise as well. I didn't know that about you. We're brothers. I didn't know that about you, but that's interesting that we both said that. I think it's Gary Sinise.
Regardless, shout out him.
That guy, he got it. He gets it.
And what was, you know, okay, one of my problems here is Disney looked at that video and said, this is what we need to change. Huh?
Okay. And the problem is, and I'm all about being inclusive and bringing other people in.
Pass.
However, Gary Sinise, it's the same script. And I feel that Gary Sinise brought the right level of not trying. So Gary Sinise would be like, oh, well, we're about to go to space, and you might be nervous right now, and it's because we're going to space. And, like, it's just, and he's like, welcome back, astronauts. And there's no real try, but, Gary Sinise. So I don't know. There's something about it. I loved it. It was so, like, we always got a good laugh from it. Now I see it, and the script is at least very similar, if not the same. So I get nostalgic for it, but I don't enjoy it as much. And I don't know if that's me being stubborn because I prefer the old, but I really think it's Gary Sinise that put his touch on that.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what I was saying. It's like, how come, like, is that, I suppose what I really want to know is it an unpopular opinion of us to think that?
I think that the general consensus is that inclusion is good and getting more diverse actors is good. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. So I hope they hear where we're coming from, where we just really like Gary Sinise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's almost like if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's more where I'm coming from.
We have a lot of new rides coming, like multiple rides a year. So I'm all about new shows, but to completely replace with a very, very similar script, I get why they did it. I'm just not the biggest fan, and I don't think she does a bad job at all. But it's not as funny to me. So.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I don't know if you would consider this a pre-show or not,
Okay.
And please let me know if you do, because it's not a show. Test Track.
Oh no. Okay, so there used to be a pre-show. You don't know this.
I don't know this.
There used to be a pre-show, and it was it was good. It was fun. Basically, they're saying like, okay, we're gonna test the environment. We're gonna test the brakes. We're gonna test this. We're gonna test that. And you know what? Click on that too. And then the girl's like, not that. Isn't that date? He's like, just do it. And she clicks on it, and the video shows a car crashing into a wall. But that's it. And so they like act completely normal. So you're just like, oh, okay, what's gonna happen on this ride? I thought that was fun. But they did get rid of that when they Tronified Test Track.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I do know about that. I know some people that were against and to this day are still against the updated test track.
I think I'm in that category.
You're in that category.
Yeah.
It's all I've ever known. So
Yeah, and it's good, but you relate that to Disneyland, Cars Land, and you have the Cars ride that is the same track as Test Track. I mean, I'd rather ride that than a Tronified Test Track. I love Test Track.
do you love Tron?
No. I'm excited for the Tron roller coaster in Magic Kingdom coming. I don't love Tron. I don't really like Tron. I don't dislike Tron. I've never seen Tron. You seen Tron?
Nope. But you're hating on it pretty bad right now for not having seen it.
I think, well, okay, first of all, it's not Tron. Like, Test Track is not a Tron ride. It just, there's like a lot of neon and,
I know
you know,
what you
dark
mean.
and neon. So I feel like it's out of nowhere. Test Track originally was like, you're the test dummy and you're in, you know, and it simulated real on the road, you know, driving. Then they made it darker and neon lights, and when you're going and then you swerve to get out of the truck's way, it's not as scary, or maybe I'm just used to it, but seeing it look more real was more like, you know?
Was this before or after you customizing your car?
Before.
Okay.
Now it's all about how your car that you customize
How it
performs.
So here's this. 9 times
Go
nine times
Okay.
out of 10,
Okay.
I don't want to customize a car. Just give me the ride.
Well, you got your single rider for that.
I'm not always a single rider. You know?
Well, that's like saying it's all part of the line.
Pass.
It's all part of the line.
I'll
Well,
skip that part.
yeah. I mean, you know,
I just
we got.
mash buttons.
Well, what about Rise of the Resistance? Have you been on that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Rise of the Resistance, you have yourself a video. Then you go outside. Then you go into a ship, and you like take off, and then you land, and
Yeah.
you're then captured, and then you go into another line. It's all pre-show,
Yeah.
but it's part of the line, so it's part of the experience.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
So, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Oh, I
Yeah.
like that.
Nah, I
Rise
don't
of the
like that either.
Resistance is top notch. It's A material.
And you know what? Let me just say, okay. I understand what I'm gonna say is gonna sound completely ignorant.
All right. This is the episode where people learn, you know, to not like Andrew's opinions. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna have a group following. So I appreciate, just really quick, this Star Wars ride here. I appreciate rides in which the cast members put on an act.
Okay.
I very much appreciate it.
Tower of Terror.
We'll get to that, but
Okay.
yes, you understand.
Yeah.
I do not. Okay, and I don't even really know where to start. So when I went on, there was this cast member who was great, by the way. No disrespect. She was in character. She was doing a thing, you know. And then I forgot exactly what she said, but I think I like had something on me. But she asked me a genuine question, and I responded like in character, like, because they were like, don't talk to them or whatever,
Right.
don't give them any information. She asked me a genuine question. I was like, well, I don't know if I should tell you. and she started looking at me like, huh?
Oh, she broke character.
She wrote character.
Well, the idea is a great idea, though. You're
Yeah, no. And so I also don't like the you were outside and then you were in a spaceship and then you were traveling and then
well, that's
like,
fun,
I didn't have fun. So I just want to
Okay.
get right to the ride.
huh?
And then I have a problem with trackless rides too, but we'll get to that. That's for another podcast.
Wow,
It's for another podcast.
I didn't know that.
It's for another
You have a
podcast.
problem with trackless rides. All
It's
right.
for another podcast.
Okay, we'll bookmark it.
Bookmark that.
Whew. All right. So, what? Let me ask you something.
Okay.
What's your favorite pre-ride show? I'm sorry. Did you say it was Soarin'? You said it was Soarin', or?
I say it's a tie between Soarin' and Dinosaur.
Mine is absolutely Dinosaur.
Let's talk about Dinosaur and why
Yeah.
it's so superior.
That guy. Okay, yeah. So we have the woman kind of welcoming you to the Dino Institute, and hey, we're gonna be taking you back to the Cretaceous period. But then the TV fuzz goes up, and it's like this puppet is like, "Hello there," and then it's just like, "Hey, it's me." I think that's hilarious. There's something so cheesy and charming about that video, and that's like the perfect actor. He's like, "But enough about me. Let's talk about you."
I bet, just really quick before you continue, sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
I bet you in 5 seconds you can't name me the dinosaur that we're going back in time to find. Go.
I believe it's an iguanodon.
Good job.
Thanks. I don't know why he made that bet. But yeah, and he's like, he gets caught. He's like, Dr. Marsh, and she's like, what are you doing? Like, he's saying like, we're gonna go back and rescue this iguanodon, minutes before the asteroid impacted the Earth and that got extincted the dinosaurs. He's like, we were just talking about seatbelts, and it was like just so funny. It's like, we're restricted, and then she leaves. He's like, oh, and about those restrictions, we're in, and that just always made me laugh. I love it. And then it's not just the pre-show, it's during the ride. He's like, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. We made it. Like every time. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
The guy is awesome.
Yeah, no, that guy's
I truly hope they never
very funny.
replace it. I feel like that ride has its days numbered, and that just makes me so sad.
Do you really?
I think that it does, yes, because you got Primeval Whirl. Have you ridden Primeval Whirl?
No.
Do you remember like Pandemonium at Six Flags, the roller coaster?
Oh yeah,
that, like,
you know what? I did
turn
ride that.
You
you
rode Pandemonium.
What's the no?
Primeval Whirl.
Primeval Whirl. I was thinking Primeval Whirl is like the Dumbo but with dinosaurs.
The Triceratops spin.
Yeah, no, that's what I haven't done.
Oh, I mean, you've done it.
Yeah, so for obvious reasons,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't done it.
I've done it. I like the Dumbo type rides. I'm all about. This is all good. It's all good. It's fine. It's average. It's fine.
Yeah.
But Primeval Whirl has been knocked down completely. It's gone. Makes me sad. It breaks my heart. I think it was a roller coaster, but it was never that busy. But it was awesome because it was like rackety. Like it wasn't smooth at all. It made you feel like you were gonna fall off. And I loved
That's why
it.
they had to take it down.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
They're like, this is
not
safe.
on purpose.
I really love it, and I just think that Dinoland USA has its days numbered.
Yeah.
And it makes me kind of sad. Just for Dinosaur, I really just for Dinosaur and Primeval Whirl, obviously.
I wouldn't even. I don't think Dinosaur has his days numbered because you know what? If anything, that little area with Primeval Whirl and the T-spot spins or whatever you call it.
The carnival area almost.
With the games and all that. That has,
that has its days numbered. You think?
It's reached the end of its life.
Well, you know that Disneyland has an identical ride to Dinosaur. It's Indiana Jones. Did you know that? Yeah, now he's getting nervous. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
I knew about Indiana Jones. I didn't know it was an identical ride to Dinosaur.
It's very, very close, yes, if not identical. So we'll see what happens. I'm unfortunately not too optimistic because, okay, here's my my guess. They are currently, as of this recording, they're reinventing Epcot. I think and by the way, when they were reinventing Hollywood Studios, I said next is Epcot because that hasn't been touched since the 80s. They reinvented Epcot, or they're reinventing it. I think after that, we're going to see some serious changes in Animal Kingdom. I think we're going to see some serious changes to Dinoland USA, and I think we're going to see Rafiki's Planet Watch get repurposed. No more petting zoo.
I have mixed feelings about that.
As do I.
But is that another conversation for another time?
It's
or
yeah.
do
Oh
we
yeah,
go
yeah.
into it?
No, we don't
'Cause
have to
I
go
have
into
my
that.
opinions.
Yeah, we can bookmark that for
We'll
sure.
bookmark
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, we just hit dinosaur.
Yeah. Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror. You got that video. Was you gonna bring that up?
I love Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I hate those rides that go up and down, up and down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we're talking that just a pre-show.
I know, but in order to see the pre-show,
You need to.
you need to go through the motions. And while I'm watching the pre-show,
you can always chicken
So,
out of the
the-
line and embarrass yourself.
I'll do it every time because there's a Joffrey's cart right by the exit.
Yeah.
So while everyone goes on the ride, I sit down and have a muffin. So who's the real winner there?
Cheers to
Cheers
Joffrey's.
cheers to Joffrey's. Thanks for supplying me muffins during my time of need.
I love Joffrey's.
So, but okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, in the moments I've experienced the pre-show, love Twilight Zone.
You were nervous about the ride?
I'm not. I'll even say this: I'm not a roller coaster guy.
Yeah. Okay.
I make exceptions in Disney World.
Yeah.
You won't see me go on more than like 4 or 5 things at another amusement park.
I'm pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside of like a water park area, I'll go on a couple more things, I think. Yeah, I feel you. So
Yeah.
so you're saying that you're not enjoying the pre-show because you're too focused on like, oh, I really don't want to be in this line right now.
Because I haven't gone on and then taken the chicken out route, but if I were to do that again and I take the Joffrey's the exit right to the Joffrey's cart, I would enjoy it more.
Got it.
But then you're also missing out. You're missing out on a lot because
Right.
half of the pre-show happens when you're literally in the elevator.
Yeah, no, well, I would call that part of the show then. Like that is you're in the elevator, the ride has started. You know, goes up a little
Oh.
like an elevator. You're on the ride at that point.
Okay.
What about Rock and Roller
cool.
Coaster? How do you feel about that pre-show?
So when you can see it, because a lot of the time,
yeah.
if you rope drop, you don't even watch the pre-show. You go right through,
Right.
and that's generally when I ride Rock and Roller Coaster.
Got
right
it.
when I first get there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think, my whole strategy has changed. Again, topic for a different video on strategy. I think I go right to Mickey Minnie. Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, which also has a charming pre-show. It's basically watching like a Mickey short and yeah.
I have to say,
Yeah.
I have no idea how they do the hole in the wall.
It's so cool.
I
don't know.
It makes no sense.
No. I don't know. It's Disney magic.
Disney magic.
We'll chalk it up to Disney magic.
We'll see it up to Disney magic.
I think Aerosmith is pretty funny.
So
think
Aerosmith is very funny.
Yeah.
And the classic lines like a Black Les Paul, and then
Like we're gonna need a super stretch or
super
something.
stretch, backstage passes.
But
and
much
all
like
this.
something like the Rocky Horror Show or The Room, people do call outs. Like they'll say, "Oh, gonna need a limo," and like somebody in the room will shout out, "Oh, we're not all gonna fit in a limo," or something like that. "Oh, a limo's not big enough," and then the character on screen is like, "Better make that a super stretch."
Yeah.
And like it's just fun to hear the call outs. I enjoy that pre-show quite a bit.
You think that pre-show is always going to be there?
No, I don't. Do you? No.
No.
Days is numbered.
Days be numbered.
Yeah.
But enjoy it while you can is what we'll say here.
Yeah.
Because even if the next pre-show blows this one out of the water, it'll always it'll always be special.
It'll have a place in our hearts.
Yeah.
So then there's a blur. There's a blur, and we kind of talked about it with Rise of the Resistance, where the queue line itself can act as a pre-show. And one that I just adore is the Haunted Mansion. There's no actual show, but you're in the queue line, and you hear the ghost host narrator, and the wall stretches.
There's nothing like that stretching room,
And then the no windows, no doors, which leaves you with this chilling challenge to find a way out. It's like really funny.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
It's great, and not only is that great, but the queue line, if you do get the extended queue line, very very ominous, very
Oh yeah, the queue line is so interactive as it is.
Interactive is
Yeah.
And even when you're leaving, I love the little graveyard with Mr. Toad at the
Mr.
top.
Mr. Toad, which is so cool. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But you know that you can still ride it in Disneyland.
You can still ride it in Disneyland.
So, R.I.P. in Florida. So, But it's such a cool thing. You know what's a really interactive queue line that I love is Peter Pan's Flight. Have you been in that queue line?
Yes, many times.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It is okay. The thing is, when you're in the queue line, you know you're in there for a reason. You're going to be there for a while.
Yeah.
That kills it a little bit for me.
Well, yeah, you're right, but at least you can enjoy. Yeah, you're right. You can enjoy the scenery. You're in the room and Tinkerbell's flying around, but after a while, there's only so much, and then you're kind of all set.
But theming wise,
it might be the best. I don't know.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
knocked it out of the park. Yeah.
What is the worst queue line? What do you think the worst queue line is? Oh, I think I have my answer already.
Oh,
I didn't pre-think about this, but I think I got my answer. Well, what do you think? Just off the cuff.
Off the cuff. And so can you define queue line a little bit? Because do I have to be stepping into a building or just before the attraction?
Before the attraction. So
Astro Orbiter.
You ride that elevator.
Yeah.
Elevator's cool. But Navi River Ride, you're outside, and I kind of like that queue line just fine. But there's nothing really. It's just there's some stuff to look at. There's a bubbler in the middle of the ride, a water fountain. I think the worst, it's got to be Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. You're in this room with so right before the ride, you see big animatronic Buzz with a voice that's not Tim Allen. But before that, you're in this long, this kind of big room, and you're just going through those handlebars.
Well,
those bars.
So then what are your thoughts on Toy Story Mania?
Oh, I like Toy Story Mania.
Isn't it the same thing?
No, you got
Tell me what's
so
different
you have
right now.
Absolutely. Every room is themed like you're in a child's room. There's the Monopoly is painted on the ceiling in one of the rooms.
I don't look up at the ceilings.
But there's dominoes on the floor. There's there's cards. There's things. There's theming. There's good theming. And then at the end, you got Mr. Potato Head singing and telling jokes. And I believe, that voice at least sounds much more like Potato Head than that Buzz Lightyear sounds like Tim Allen, because it doesn't. I don't think that's Tim Allen.
All right.
And the room before Buzz, I'm very passionate about this.
Apparently.
The room before Buzz, there's no theming, I don't think.
Nope.
Are we in agreement that Peter Pan's Flight is the best, or do we need to think about this?
Yeah. I would argue now, just pure as far as saying impressive wise, also definitely Peter Pan's Flight.
It immerses you in the movie.
But you know what else immerses me?
What?
Very much so. Little Mermaid, Voyage, not Voyage. Shout out Voyage, but Journey
to Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. yes.
Talk about, just real quick, having its days numbered. Voyage of the Little Mermaid in Hollywood studios.
The days might be already done.
Yeah.
We have just so much to say about Voyage, and we will. We'll
I
get-
have some
Just so
great
much.
Voyage
Yeah.
stories. Great Voyage stories. Anyway,
I
please.
feel we need to do a whole episode on Voyage one day. But yeah, it immerses me, but not into the movie.
You're
I
out
mean,
of your mind.
Okay,
You're
the
out of your
outside,
mind.
like the scenery, the castle and stuff. But once you're in the line,
No,
you don't-
you're out of your mind.
Oh, I don't know.
You're out of your mind.
You got Peter
So-
Pan. You're in the set pieces. Little Mermaid. You're not in the movie set pieces.
Okay, it's different,
Okay,
and
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
and this is where I'm coming from when I say impressive aspect of it,
Okay.
because they didn't have that kind of technology. You think about on the wall, your shadow and all this nonsense
Right.
in the Little Mermaid. I got that,
Okay.
but it's literally like you're taking a secret passage under the ocean, because you're literally in this like cave or however you want to call it.
Yeah.
And Scuttle's there to introduce you right as you're going into the thing, and then you right as you're about to go on the line, you're stepping in a seashell.
It's definitely cool. It's definitely an immersive thing. I don't know if I would personally put it above Peter Pan, but I get it,
You
and
know
I
what?
do love it.
I'm glad. I'm glad you said that, because you know what? It's my favorite. Watch me put it
Yeah?
above Peter Pan.
Okay,
Watch
there
me do
it is.
Watch me do it. And you know what else is similar but not
Yeah.
above Peter Pan?
What's that?
Pirates.
Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean. I was going to ask you this later, but I'll ask it now. And I think you know my answer because of when and why I'm asking it. If you could have any queue line in your home that you could just walk through and enjoy, like in your basement, anything, what would it be and why? And mine is Pirates of the Caribbean. I love that atmosphere. And you hear the pirate yo-ho song, Pirate's Life for Me, and you got the dungeon-like cement. I love it. And I would totally have that in my home.
I think I'm going Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I think I'm going
Well, that's a
Little
really good one. Because it's very similar to, like, I love Splash Mountain's queue line. It's not, I mean the one where you're like finally in like where the orange walls are and stuff, and you're like seeing like Brer Frog like on the rocking chair in his shadow telling a story and stuff like that. Something about that triggers a nostalgic feeling for me from the first time I went to Disney World, and I just adore that queue line. And that queue line I would love in my house also, but I think Pirates just beats it out for me. But I think that Little Mermaid has a similar feel. You're like you're in a cave, you're surrounded by rocks. You got the AC on the hot day, and
a more tame version, but yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Does Big Thunder Mountain leave something to be desired?
I don't think so.
I do.
Because the whole theme of it is that they're mine workers, and there's like the punch in clock. It's not the most fun. Like we all
They have the spin things and whatnot. I don't need to spin.
Yeah, I mean they don't have the best interactive things in there, but I think being a worker, you also don't want to walk into a queue line with like a punch clock and I get it. I think it's well themed, but I feel you.
You know what is well themed? If we're talking interactive,
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
I love Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
I love the Winnie the Pooh queue line, the honey walls and
Oh yeah.
the
Ser-
whack a gopher.
Search
Or-
for
or-
the hidden thing in the
Yeah.
honey wall and whack the gopher. Love whacking gophers.
Yeah. I don't know if is it a whack the gopher or just find the gopher. I'm not sure.
Regardless, you find it, you whack it.
Yeah. You could see inside of Pooh's house. Really cool. I love it. I like that.
Yeah.
The bees on the thing, kind of like the doctor's office. You get those
Right.
beads that go on.
Yeah. Very, very, very kid friendly queue line when it comes down to it. Whereas some of the more, the Peter Pan pirates, it's something I think you maybe a little older would appreciate.
Yeah.
But you know what? When they did Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I think they tackled both.
Yeah, I just don't love the outside portion of that, especially in the sun. The very beginning of the queue line.
Oh,
a lot outside.
You afraid of the sun?
Do
you have a sun hat?
I do. I have a boat hat.
Oh,
It's got a Mickey on the side of it. It's a blue boat hat.
okay. Do you have it? Is it here?
It's upstairs. I'll wear it one of these times.
He'll wear it for the podcast.
I'll wear it for the podcast. I'll wear it next podcast.
He'll wear the boat hat next podcast. You heard it here.
Yeah. And I have a couple of baseball caps, and it's just because I'm thinning and the sun, I don't want my head to get burned. That's a bad time.
Okay, I get that. But you know what? They also have. It's one of the few queue lines that has fans too.
Yeah.
Which
queue
is
lines with
generous.
fans.
Which I think Navi is also another one.
I was gonna mention that.
Is that it?
No, I think that
That's it.
No.
Pretty sure that's it.
Well, for rides maybe, but Festival of the Lion King and Finding Nemo the musical have fans in their lines.
Yeah, I think it's just those two. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, here's because very generous of them to do that. It's you probably have to turn those off when it's raining, huh? You can't keep that on when it's raining.
I don't know. I don't know though.
Can you keep fans on? No, you can't. That's electricity. Why are we even considering this?
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
We can't. Yeah,
I suppose you're right.
that's incorrect. Have you ever been raining, maybe a little bit of thunder, and your fast pass for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train was like just at that time, and so you were like, oh, I'm sure it'll pass in a couple minutes, so you just sort of stand outside?
Oh no.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah, and the rain lasted much longer than I thought it would. Let me tell you.
Really? I think Slinky Dog Dash, something similar happened to me, but they shut it down because there was thunder, and it just didn't come back up, or it was just done.
There's a fan in Slinky Dog.
There is a fan in Slinky Dog. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. What else we got for queue lines? Like, is there
What else
anything
we have
more
for fans?
Was there anything more noteworthy? Like Small World isn't that great. Small World.
Will you pass on Small World sometimes?
Yeah.
Most times? 9 out of 10 times?
Not out of choice, but more out of like, oh, it's a 50-minute wait. No thanks.
Would you pass on it if it was a 0-minute wait? If it was a
No,
walk-on?
I would go on it. I would
don't
go on
don't lie to me right
it.
now.
Would go on it. I love Small World.
You would never pass Small World if it was always a 0-minute wait.
Well,
if it was
no.
a walk-on.
I'm usually one and done, so on a vacation, if I'm there and I ride Small World, and then like later that day it was a 0-minute wait, I probably,
Funny how the story changes.
Well, I didn't understand the question.
Best seat in the house in Pinocchio's Village House, though. The seat looking down at Small World.
Yep, I enjoy
Wave at the
lunch.
people going by. Yes, hello, kids. Yes.
I always like eating at Pinocchio's Village House, knowing that right after lunch I'm gonna ride Small World. I kind of like that because Small World also is a nice one for you don't want to eat and then go on a crazy ride. Small World's a pretty good one for digestion.
The first time we went to Disney, like not you, but like you took me to Disney World.
Oh yeah,
we got the dining package, and boy, like when the vacation was over, my like eating schedule messed up for weeks.
Yeah,
because I ate so much.
Crazy.
We had, I don't remember if it was lunch or dinner, but whatever it was, we went to, and I was already full from the previous meal, but I ate, and then we went right to Space Mountain. Now, I've never gotten sick on a roller coaster. I couldn't even tell you the last time I got sick other than when I watched Titanic. But when I say if Space Mountain was 1 second longer, Oh, that would have been bad.
Wow.
1 second longer.
Space Mountain, decent but pretty long queue line.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I don't like it. Don't like it.
I
too
enjoy
dark.
I enjoy walking through it about as much as I enjoy walking through the Soarin' queue line.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'll give
it's
it.
fine. And you know
I'll give
what?
you
I
that.
got
I'll give you
makes me feel like I'm in Disney, so it's all good.
that. Frozen Ever After.
Yeah, that's pretty immersive, but it's like always a really long wait, but it's like one room. It's odd.
And
Yeah.
that's what throws me off.
It
too.
throws me.
And like it's cool. You have the sauna and whatnot. Like
No, it's totally
like
cool.
I get it.
It's totally cool.
I get it.
You know what disappointed me a little bit was Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Half of the line was kind of basic, and then we got Gusteau, and he like started talking and stuff. So it got good, but it started not good, in my opinion.
You hate to hear it.
Yeah,
You hate to hear it.
yeah. So, aside from that, we talked about Test Track pre-show, but the queue line itself, kind of cool if you want to see cars or see like testing in cars. I don't know if they still do the testing in cars, like the opening and closing of the door and like how cars are built and how cars are made.
Not interested. Not a car guy. And how you
Okay.
exit through the Chevrolet thing, and then there are people there that ask you if you want to give them your email. No, I don't want to give you my email. No.
I like it. Sorry. I'm not a huge car guy, but I like it. Funny story, we were in the that car area after the ride, and our brother Josh, he drove a Chevy at the time. He was talking to the cast
Great
member.
story.
And he's like, yeah, I drive a Chevy. And the guy's like, oh, yeah? Well, hey, there's a lounge upstairs. Follow me. And we're like, there's a lounge above Test Track? Like, I didn't know that. So we go up. Like, we get this, like, pass. He hands us, like, this pass. He's like, ring that doorbell and say that, so-and-so
It
sent
was
you.
like he led us to a door, and there was a hallway. At the end of the hallway, there's an elevator.
Yeah.
He's like, get in the elevator, and then
Yeah. And then we're like, so-and-so sent us. And the elevator doors open up. We go up there. And there's like this woman at a laptop, at a computer, on a desk. And we're just like chilling in this awesome lounge. We're like looking out. And anybody who goes in the lounge gets an automatic fast pass, or at least used to get an automatic fast pass for Test Track. So we're able to ride it again afterwards. So I'm like going up. We're like, what is this woman? What's she typing?
what is she doing?
What
What's
is
her
she doing?
job?
What's her job?
What's her job?
And I think I asked her that, or one of us asked her that. I'm like, what are you doing?
It was like,
She's just like,
yeah,
she's like, oh, I'm keeping track of the people who come up here or whatever. Something
like,
so I'm
she-
like, can I have that job?
yeah. Sometimes she'll like handle like a conference or because
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
she said-
that room because it was rather large.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there was a hallway. It was like a room, a hallway, and then another room with like a viewing area of Epcot. In the hallway, there was a doorway that led to what looked like a conference room. So I think like higher ups have conferences there.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
I think we used the last of the toilet paper.
And the
Sorry about that. If you're watching this, sorry.
the thing is, we never got back up there. We'd say, hey,
We try every single
time, and it doesn't work. And we're like, hey, I drive a Chevy. Like,
And they always say something new.
they say like, oh, it's for employees. So the next time we went, our buddy Paul was like, yeah, I work at the one in Putnam. And he's like, oh, it's just for like managers. I'm like,
Yeah,
hold
like-
on. I wanted to pull up my phone and show him a picture of us in the lounge. I'm like, we were in the lounge.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess.
so. Never again. I don't know.
Never again.
Maybe
I
next
guess.
time I'll say I'm a manager. I don't know.
We have to try every time. Every time.
Yeah. Hopefully this podcast doesn't become popular, because now you're going to know that I'm going to tell you I'm a manager at Chevy.
But
And I'm not.
But if you are, this is an old video, and he is now.
I'm applying. Yeah, hopefully I get it. So, I don't know. What else you got?
So I suppose we're really coming down to it. If there's any big ones we're forgetting, we're gonna kick ourselves. I know it, but
Yeah.
I did wanna mention this. PhilharMagic.
Yeah.
Walking into PhilharMagic, I love looking at the posters.
Oh, me too. Yeah, they're fun. Same with Tough to Be a Bug.
Tough to Be a Bug.
All the bug puns and stuff. It's fun.
Yep.
It's fun.
Yep, love Tough to Be a Bug.
Yeah.
Love watching it with people who hate Tough to Be a Bug.
Yeah, that's a scary. Yeah, that's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
It's one of the greater things.
Yeah.
It's one of the greater things.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just walking through the tree it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Because essentially, before you're in the tree. So to get there, you're walking up close and personal with the tree.
Yeah.
And the detail in that tree. Dude.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. So your favorite queue line is Little Mermaid. Journey to Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
My favorite is Peter Pan's Flight, but I would prefer Pirates of the Caribbean queue line to be like a part of my home.
Let me quickly just pull up the map here, see if there's an obvious one we're forgetting.
Sure.
And so, okay,
right off the bat,
the Jungle Cruise one, you're just outside. You got nothing there.
Yeah.
You got nothing there.
Yeah, and Star Tours we didn't talk about, and I like that. It's like you're at like an airport, a spaceport, and you're boarding for a flight. I dig that. I dig that one. It's not usually that long of a wait either. Star Tours.
Yeah, no, I don't like Star Tours. Well, I like Star Tours. It makes me dizzy.
Yeah.
And so let's see here. We have Everest.
Oh my
We
goodness.
almost forgot Everest.
I would have, if I shut the camera off before talking about Everest, I would have literally wanted to re-record this whole podcast. Everest is fun because you really can play along. I just feel like acting whenever I'm in Everest, to be like, seeing all the newspaper clippings on the wall and all like the evidence of the Yeti.
I hear there are Yetis
fun.
around these parts.
It's just so fun to act and play along.
I love it.
Love it.
And then you see love Everest.
Yeah.
Love Everest.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone who hates roller coasters. You see
right.
the giant like footprint that they put like concrete in or whatever just to get the mold of it,
Yeah.
And the atmosphere, it sets you up for the story. I love it.
Yeah, you know what I want to like. One of my faves. You know what I want to do? You know what I want to go into? And we can save this for the next podcast. But I feel like this is like the organic route to go. I would like to know your favorites, favorite rides. So maybe we could do like a top 5 favorite rides or something for the next podcast.
I'm all for that.
Sound good
Yeah,
for me?
absolutely.
All right, man.
Yeah. Well,
This has been fun.
This has been fun.
Love the pre-show rides. They're some of my favorite aspects of Disney World. And then some of the queue lines, especially in recent days, has just upped their game. It is completely immersive, and I just really enjoy it. And I'm so glad we got to talk about it.
Yeah, let us know your favorite queue line. Let us know your favorite pre-show in the comments, please.
Yes, please do.
We'd
And
love to read them.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. All right? Cheers, good sir.
Cheers. I'm out.
I'm not. Take it easy.